We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Welcome all. Here we will today see about the characteristics of the grey water, its uses and how we can reuse it in our house. So we will begin with the presentation. Grey water and its reuse and recycling. Nature has given us clear and clean water. Let us return back this as we have received it. So starting from it, what is the facts that we are facing now and what is the reality that we are facing now in the world? That is, we have a growing population which needs fresh water, as we need fresh water to drink. That is constantly increasing industrial growth as there is increase in population, which also demands need of more water. Agricultural growth also increases, which needs more of a water. And unpredictable rainfall is what we are watching from last since 4 to 5 years. That leads to water scarcity. Another what leads to water scarcity is less groundwater recharge, overdrawing from groundwater source, poor and contaminated groundwater quality, or else the higher treatment of the cost. Whereas high cost of tanker water is 70 per meter cube, or we can say that is where the water is not available or the groundwater is not available, where they buy the water. As we have on that stage where we need to buy the water, that rate is also higher. Now if we don't preserve water or if we don't save water from now, or we are not aware of saving it, then in near future that will threat to our existence, that will cause threat to our existence. Like if the groundwater recharge is not done on constant basis, rainfall is also uneven, so we need daily water, fresh water for the survival, right? So if we don't preserve or clean or reuse water or treat water, it will lead to our existence, threat to our existence in future. Then quality of life is also affected if we do not get pure water or good water for bathing or regular use purpose. We don't feel the quality of life good. Then it is also a threat to a business, because every business or a industry or anything is mandatorily required a water for its start, that is closure or the migration of business. And if this water is not there, it will lead to closure, migration of business, limitation of expansions, higher capex and opex. That is on impact on the industrial growth, which will lower down slowly and gradually. Now limitation on agricultural growth for want of water. Now if water is also not available, we can see that our farmers are constantly demanding from the government for the release of the water from canal. So now if this water also falls low, then there will be decrease in the agricultural growth of our India. Now, we will come to why grey water recycling, why we need to recycle this grey water. So, treated grey water will act as a substitute to those applications which do not require drinking water quality. So, directly it will reduce and save fresh water requirements. That is, grey water recycling is not dependent on season or variability of rainfall, and such is a continuous and a reliable water resource. Like Gray water is not dependent on any other resources for its availability. Like we are using the water in our household purposes, same water can be retreated and reused, which is termed as gray water. As treated water is high in nutrition content, it is nitrogen and phosphorus. We can use it for irrigation purpose also. So it will lead to an increase in agricultural productivity after all. Grey water recycling will reduce load on sewage treatment plant. Therefore, tangential benefits is there. This is if we started treating our used water at our home itself, then the sewage water which we flow or which we release to our municipality for the treatment will also reduce gradually. Now, infiltration of treated grey water will help to increase groundwater table level also. So this is how we can increase the groundwater level also by recharging the grey water. Now, what are the benefits of grey water recycling? Each person, as we see that or as we use and we have studied, each person requires 135 to 150 liter per day of water. Like it is called per capita demand of a person for or a requirement of a person of water for one day. Now, if the grey water is about 72 liter per day, we can recycle about 60 liters of the water, which will cost around 21 rupees. So each person can save rupees 21 per day and it will reduce water bill. So financially saving on price of water. This is talked here about water bill because when in future or now we will be needing the metering of our water, so we will have to pay the bill of a water according to our use. So in future or with reference to future, here it is said that water saving potential is also need to be discussed. Now, what are the environmental benefits? It is reduction in generation of wastewater will reduce potentially. Then reduction in surface and groundwater pollution. Sustainable development will happen. Treated water is valuable resource for landscaping and plant growth, especially in arid climates, like where there is low rainfall. It is rich in phosphorus, potassium and nitrogen, making it a good nutrition or fertilizer source of irrigation. Now, what is grey water and its source? So grey water is all that wastewater that is discharged from a house, excluding black water, that is toilet water. Without toilet water, excluding toilet water, all the water which we discharge from our house can be said as grey water. Now it includes wastewater from showers, bathtubs, kitchen, floor cleaning, dishwasher, laundry tubs and washing machines. This all kind of water which we release in our or discharge from our house can be treated and reused. So grey water can be divided into two, that is low load showers, bathtubs or hand wash basins, or high load kitchens like dishwashers or washing machines. Now, what grey water contains? What is the content of a grey water? Grey water generation is dependent clearly on the living standard of the people, and it's result of personal hygiene, detergents they use, cosmetics they use, as well as their clothes or whether they are dirty or more dirty. Now, grey water contains soap, shampoo, toothpaste, food scraps, cooking oils, detergents and hairs, kitchen waste, water from floor cleaning, etc. Now, dishwashing and the floor cleaning mainly contains phosphorus and sodium bicarbonate. This is because we use powders or the detergents or a soap for cleaning our utensils as well as clothes. Now, kitchen waste contribute to organic loading. So, increase in BOD load. Now, as we see the graph or a pie chart below, that is blue, orange and pink line, that is 12.5 out of 100, 12.5% of the water comes from bathing. This is general scenario of house. Then there is orange one, that is 31% is kitchen waste, and 56% of the grey water consists of washing machine and floor cleaning. So when we sum up this 100%, it comes to around this kind of a material that are available in the grey water. Now, as we can see that these are the normal or a range of parameters which are present in a grey water. This can be widely seen that particles which are present or the parameters which needs to be studied for the identification of the grey water are present suspended solids, turbidity of a water. This is how all we can see that from ammonia, total phosphorus, sulfate, pH, total hardness, conductivity. From this all we can figure out that what are the characteristics or what amount of particle are present in current grey water. This scenario, what I have seen, which I have shown here, is of a general 100% scenario of a household used. Now, grey water recycling can be done with toilet flushing, washing machine, gardening, irrigation, surface and groundwater recharge, and other application like car washing, firefighting, and industrial use. This depends on the generation or the outcome of the grey water from a source which can be used according to the applications we have shown here. Now, what are the factors influencing grey water reuse? Like if we are considering a house or a household grey water treatment, then considerably that budget is low. But if we reuse or treat the grey water from an industry or a shade, then the quantity or the amount of water discharge is more, and accordingly according to that discharge, the grey water used there can increase marginally, right? So we'll look at the characteristics or the factors which influence the grey water, right? What is that is first one is budget. It is dependent on which type of treatment we are providing. It may vary from a low cost to expensive treatment. So budget, it is the most preferable and the financial or prime factor we can see for the grey water reuse and its treatment, that is budget. Now, existing plumbing, like grey water and black water collection pipes should be separate. This is the, like, we can say, natural phenomena or natural requirement or demand before treating the grey water, that as we have not to use, not as the toilet water cannot be used for recycling, so that plumbing systems or the plumbing pipes should be different or separate. Existing garden area, like availability of space and choice of plant is main aspect to calculate watering requirement. As why the point existing garden area or is situated or mentioned here, because if we are looking for a treatment of a grey water reuse, then initially what we have to look after is how we can or treat or use this grey water after the treatment, right? Suppose if we have 100 liter of a or 200 liter of a plant that established at our house, and only 100 liter of our water is required or to be used in other resources, then the other 100 liter of the water should also be divided or used, right? So first we have to see the demand of our water which we need, and then accordingly the treatment plan can be established. Then there is existing garden area available for the supply of a water after treatment. As we have seen, elevation of garden beds, like if garden bed is having slope, then we can directly through gravitational force use the treated water for gardening. Now, storage, we can have ready made tanks for storage of raw grey water, right? This is also a requirement of storage for the storage of the grey water. Then there is space. Sufficient space should be available to install the plant, that if the plumbing system is in a congested area, then it should be extended or reconnected and made separate, and also the required space should be available for the plant to be installed. Now, how do I collect grey water? So we can collect gray water by, first we have to identification of a water, right? So separation of a drinking water, gray water, black water pipes, and clear labeling of the taps and devices should be there for reuse. That is the foremost requirement first. And diversion of the system, that is gray water cannot be stored more than 24 hours. It has to be treated through filtration and disinfection. This point is to be remembered when we are treating the gray water, that is it cannot be stored for more than 24 hours and it has to be treated through filtration and disinfection. What is gray water reuse concept? This is safety and hygiene. I will not go just deep in this because these are the concepts by which the grey water can be sustained or more used, that is safety and hygiene or to be taken care of. The points are safety and hygiene, that is identification, segregation between low and high strength, direct reuse or treatment system. That is where and when can the grey water be used. This is to be discussed or shown here. Now grey water treatment technologies, how the treatment plant or the technologies available here are dependent on initially on plant site. Like we are before the executing of a house or an industry, we are planning that we want to reuse the water. Then the thing is the house or industry is already established, and then we are introducing the grey water treatment plant. Then there is available space which needs to be examined first. Then also there is client's requirement or how much water needs to be treated, that comes under user or user needs, and is investment and the maintenance cost. That is budget. Budget is also needs to be seen before the plant installation or requirement for the technology to be executed. Now this is general procedure of a grey water treatment plant, which is shown here. Everybody can see is first the screening of grey water is introduced, and by the circular or a ring like format or a simple jali like format, we can screen the material which we cannot treat on the, like suspended particles are need to be screened and the dissolved particles can go forward. Then it enters the oil and grease trap. From there it gets passed and it reaches the sequential batch or BHO reactor in a reactor chamber. Then in reactor chamber the water is treated, clean, and the suspended particles or the turbidity of a water is decreased. Then it is installed in a clear water tank, that is tank which we need to install for the storage of the grey water after its clearance. Then from grey water clear tank, grey water moves towards a filtration tank. That is, there here we have two options in filtration, that we can use ultra filtration tank or active media and carbon filtration tank. These two options can be used accordingly to our need and our plant setup, whether it is in residential area or it is in commercial area or industrial area, and also according to the budget of a required person. Then from this, after the filtration or ultra filtration, here when grey water after the clear tank water tank reaches the filtration chamber, the all the disinfectants are applied and the water is made clear for the use. And after the filtration tank, it is passed on to the chlorine dioxide dosing for disinfection. If as this is a routine process which every water treatment needs to be done for the supply of water before use. Then after chlorination, final treated water is available for the reuse. Now this can be just look after it is how to install grey water treatment plant. I will just read it out. There are just technical requirements which we once just need to look out for. Grey water should not be used a source of bad odor. It must be free from color and suspended solids. Grey water pipe should be permanently color coded and labeled. This is important point and to be noted. There should not be a cross connection between drinking and treated water. Municipal wastewater should not enter in a grey water recycling system. All mechanical equipment and treatment units should be easily accessible for cleaning, repair and maintenance. Skilled installation of treatment plant should be done to avoid errors. Storage reservoir should be away from direct sunlight to avoid possible growth of algae. Now, what are the precautionary measures that to be taken using the treated grey water? That is, system overload should be avoided. The system which is installed at certain demand or certain level should only be supplied water, or should that up to that limit only the water should be treated. Then less polluted grey water sources such as showers, bathtubs and hand wash basin should be preferred for treatment, and reuse over kitchen for laundry or grey water. Laundry grey water. Grey water should not be stored but used immediately or within 24 hours. When use of gardening, grey water should be applied to the subsurface to avoid any contact with grey water. Grey water should not be applied to fruits and vegetables that are eaten raw. And when used to water the garden or for irrigation, no sprinkler should be used while we are gardening or using the grey water in gardening. So thank you. If you have any queries or any doubt, then you can certainly contact me or can ask the questions. Thank you.